Meteorology is the interdisciplinary scientific study of the atmosphere, and the people who study meteorology, or meteorologists, can have many different roles in the science. One group of meteorologists that play a huge part in both the propagation of the science and keeping the public informed and safe are the men and women of the National Weather Service. From severe weather situations to blue sky days, meteorologists at the National Weather Service have a very important job. Fortunately for us, they have the tools, the talent, and the knowledge to do a job that impacts people, commerce, and natural resources.
Right. What you see behind me is what we call AWIPS. It's where basically the center of all our forecasting operations, all our warning operations. So each of those screens behind us, we can pull up all sorts of weather information from satellite imagery to radar loops to anything we need to create our forecast and issue our warnings.
During my recent visit to the National Weather Service in Tallahassee, I sat down with meteorologists to get the inside scoop on the day-to-day operations of the office.
Each workstation's got 4 screens that have AWIPS, and then we also have a regular computer sitting there as well. And so any of us can sit at any one of those stations and do the exact same thing anywhere we want. So that way we can ramp up our operation when we need more people to be in the office.
From these workstations, the meteorologists produce forecasts for the general public as well as for aviation interests, marine forecasts, and fire weather forecasts. The AWIPS, or Advanced Weather Interactive Processing System, that they use employs much of the same data sources that Fox 31 uses in its forecast, but AWIPS is very streamlined, and this helps when making detailed forecasts for a relatively large area. And when time is of the essence, like during severe weather, the system lets meteorologists alert the public quickly.
When we see a storm, it looks like it's severe, looks like it's going to be strong, could produce damage or maybe a tornado. Once we determine that, we can get the warning out of our office within usually about 30 seconds.
Once the National Weather Service issues a warning, we get it here at Fox 31 and crawl the information on your screen, and when warranted, we'll break in live with updates on the latest hazards. Now, within the last year, the Tallahassee office has received a major upgrade to the Doppler radar they use. This upgrade is called dual polarization and will greatly enhance the capabilities of the radar. You see, conventional radar sends out a horizontal pulse to get a one-dimensional picture of the atmosphere. Dual pol radar sends out and receives both horizontal and vertical pulses, providing a much more informative two-dimensional picture of whatever is out there. This information helps forecasters clearly identify rain, hail, snow, ice pellets, smoke particles, and other flying objects, including debris lofted into the air by tornadoes on the ground.
Conveying to the public the fact that we have a confirmed tornado on the ground tends to compel more action and a greater response from people that are in the path of the storm. So with this new dual polarization upgrade technology, we feel that we'll be able to provide more information and compel greater action when dealing with damaging storms like tornadoes.
So this brief overview of the National Weather Service office only touched on some of what they do there. They also actively collect weather data we use daily and launch weather balloons for that twice a day. In part 2 of this report, I'll bring you the balloon launch we did at the National Weather Service office in Tallahassee. For Fox 31 News, I'm Chief Meteorologist Mike Morrison.